Alright, hey guys, remember CCG back in the video, but this video we're going over some new IGNISTER support. So we're going to get started here with Wizard IGNISTER. So this is level 4 Dark Cyberse effect monster. If you control a Cyberse monster, special summon from the extra deck, you can target one Dark Cyberse monster in your graveyard, special summon both this card from your hand and that monster in defense position. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn except for Cyberse monsters. That's fine because obviously it's IGNISTER. You're going to be able to use this card to get two things out, which is great for swarming in the board, and then you can go into future plays. You can then extend past that point. The second effect here, you can banish this card from your field or graveyard, then target one monster your opponent controls and change its battle position. So this isn't too crazy, but the first effect here of just being able to flood the board with two monsters can be great, especially because it's level 4. It's going to give you some options there. Then we have Backup IGNISTER, which is level 3 Dark Cyberse Tuner effect monster, so that's pretty cool. That's a tuner here. And if you control a Cyberse monster, special summon from the extra deck, you can special summon this card from your hand. It's pretty easy to get out. If this card is no more special summon, you can add one Dark Cyberse monster from your deck to your hand, except for Backup IGNISTER, then discard a card. So it's a card here that's actually going to give you the ability to search out whatever IGNISTER you really want, as long as it's a Dark IGNISTER here, which that's going to be most of the targets here. It's even Dark Cyber, so you can run some generic things as well. And being able to special summon this out just by having another IGNISTER monster on the board is nice. And not only that, it does synergize well with Wizard IGNISTER if you do special summon it out from the grave. Then we have Kural IGNISTER, which is level 1 Dark Cyberse effect monster. So this is not going to be a link monster here. First effect here, you can quick effect, you can tribute one IGNISTER monster and special summon this card from your hand or graveyard, but banish him when it leaves the field. So pretty easy to get out, and it's very similar to Link Rebel's effect here. And when a card or effect is activated that targets a Cyberse monster you control, and you control a Cyberse monster, special summon from the extra deck, you can tribute this card, negate the effect. So this card could be okay if you just need a way to have just some form of protection in case you want to avoid some target removal. You can get this card out pretty easily. You do have to tribute an IGNISTER monster to get this card out, so that's really if you're desperate to go for it. I don't know how useful this is going to be just because it only stops one target effect, and it's a target effect at that too, which isn't super useful here. But I think it's a cool little level 1 Kuriboh monster. Then here we have Firewall Saber Dragon, which is a level 7 Dark Cyberse Synchro effect monster, which goes well with the tuner here that we got in the form of Backup IGNISTER. And you can see that the Wizard IGNISTER, special summoning out the Backup IGNISTER, will set you up for a level 7 Synchro play. And requires one tuner, one non-tuner. If this card is synchro summon, you can target one Cyber monster in your graveyard or banishment and add it to your hand. So some recycled materials you're able to get out of this card. You can target one other Cyber's monster you control that has a level. This card's level becomes that monster's. So then you can just use that effect, do some level modulation. Pretty easy to go into that. And if this card is sent to the graveyard as link material, you can add one AI spell from the deck to your hand. So it's going to have some searchability as well. And obviously it looks like the main thing with this is that you're going to want to use the level modulation if you have to, and then you can link away, and then from there when it's linked away as link material, you're going to be able to search out an AI spell and then continue your plays from there. Here we have Code Igniter, which is a rank 4 Dark Cyberse Exceed monster with 2300 attack. It requires 2 level 4 monsters. If this card is Exceed summon, you can add one Cyberse Ritual monster from your deck to your hand. So Igniter is actually able to play around with a plethora of summoning mechanics, so being able to use this card to search out a Cyberse Ritual is pretty funny, and it's pretty interesting because you are going to be exceeding in order to go into it. And then you can attach one material from this card and ritual summon one ritual monster for your hand by tributing monsters from your hand and or field whose total level is equal to or exceed its level. So from there, this is pretty cool that it's an exceed monster that helps enable a ritual summon. That's pretty unique. And if this card is sent to the graveyard as link material, you can add one AI trap from your deck to your hand. So it looks like this is going to be great. You could just use the level modulation here in the form of Firewall Saber Dragon. It makes it easier to get out your ritual monster, and then you can link them away, go into whatever link monster you may need. So looks like pretty cool way of just connecting all these summoning mechanics together. And then here we have the Link 5 Dark Cyberse Link Effect monster. So far we've got into Synchro and Exceed, and now we have a Link 5 and 2300 attack, 3+ effect monsters. If this card is link summon, you can activate this effect. You cannot special summon other monsters for the rest of the turn. Also special summon as many Cyberse monsters with 2300 attack from your graveyard as possible to your zone this card points to. And if you do, this card gains 500 attack for each. There's a lot of IGNISTER monsters that are going to have 2300 attack. We can see here just with the Firewall Saber Dragon and with the Code Igniter, they're going to be able to get those monsters out and just flood the board with a bunch of monsters. And obviously that's why it's a link 5. And then when your opponent activates a card or effect, you can tribute one link monster this card points to, negate the activation, and if you do, banish this card. Now you can only use that second effect of this card's name once per turn, but you're going to have an Omni Negate in this card, and you can do it 3 times as well, just not on the same turn. So that's pretty cool. So it's a pretty solid line of support, honestly. And then here we have TAIES, TAIS. You guys can let me know how that's pronounced there. But you reveal one Cyberus monster in your hand and applies effect based on its attribute. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn after this card resolves, except for Cyberus monsters, so the usual. Dark, you can special summon the revealed monster, and if you do, you can add one non-dark level 4 lower Cyberus monster from your deck to your hand. So that's great. A lot of the dark monsters here, it's going to make it easier to go into the dark stuff that it's harder to search out. Non-dark, you can shuffle the revealed monster into the deck, and if you do, add one IGNISTER monster with a different attribute from your deck to your hand. So you're going to be able to get rid of whatever non-dark monster you don't want and just search out an IGNISTER monster. And here we have partners, or partners. It's a normal trap card. Target face-up cards your opponent control equal to the number of cyber monsters you control with 2300 original attack. Negate their effects until the end of turn. So it's going to be a great card to just search out. It does have AI in the name, so you're going to be able to search this out if you have an AI search card. And then from there, just set it up, and you're going to flood your board with a bunch of 2300 attack monsters, like in the form of the Link 5, that's able to bring out a bunch of them out after you use them for the Link summon. And then from there, you can use it to just negate a bunch of cards on the board. And you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one of your banished Cyberus monsters and special summon it. So from there, that's going to be a great way of just extending. If you're lost everything and you have a banished Cyberus monster, being able to get it out and potentially recover is pretty nice. Honestly, this line of support seems pretty nice. It's sticking onto the theme of just flooding the board with a bunch of Cyberus monsters, a bunch of IGNISTER monsters, and it seems pretty cool and fun to play around with. Definitely going to have to test the new combos for this, but let me know what you guys think about the new support, especially if you play IGNISTER, because I'm not super familiar. I played against it a few times, but I haven't gotten the chance to really build it and to test it, so this is going to be a great time for me to explore that. But if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.